We live yet?
Yeah, we alive. We alive.
We live.
I know we live. Anyway,
whatever that music you was playing, bling 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 bling
I
bling.
don't know what that music was. Hey, I didn't even hear it. I really don't know where it came from. Anyway, welcome to the cut, man. It's awesome. We're gonna do something special for Father's Day today, even though Juneteenth was yesterday. So yeah, that was awesome. That was really blackety black, super black, really black.
Oh man,
black,
yeah,
extra black. Which I enjoy. I enjoy that. It's not really a holiday to celebrate the sacrifices that the slaves made, and during that enslavement. And it's nice to point to that. Like I think they told me where whole cake got their name from. So I was like, oh, that was us. We did that.
Mm-hmm.
And ironically, the first time I ever had a whole cake was at Paula Dean's.
Second chance.
Just put that take that country off your name and just go and put boy on there.
Hey,
Boy.
It's cool.
What'd you say?
That boy.
Didn't y'all say the food wasn't all that? I haven't tried. I've never been.
It's not. It's more of an institution than a place to go because the food's delicious. It's really like kind of disappointing because it's a buffet. It's buffet style. So that tells you all you need to know about what to expect from the food. Anyway, we'll go ahead and do introductions so we can hop right on into this. I guess we'll start with Wicker Thurman so he can tell us his long bio.
Yeah. It's Wicker Thurman. Holla at your boy. Dropping knowledge 24/7. I do what I do. You see the degrees behind me. Get with it or get gone. Holla at me.
Bad guy. Who is not even.
Yeah.
He ain't paying attention.
I'm here. I just pointed. It's just me, man. Same old.
He
Kicking
like,
knowledge 24/7.
He like fuck
You
introduction.
see these degrees behind me.
The resident, the lesbian thespian. I call it. Yeah, I'm working. I've been working on it.
Yeah, he's been working on
Yeah.
his titles. And we got a special guest. We got my man from Off the Record Podcast. OTR. What do you want to? This Mike.
Yeah, it's Mike. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's OTR_Mike. I welcome all people that want to follow. I follow back. But yeah, man, I'm happy to be here. One of my favorite podcasts. I try to catch y'all every time y'all go live. I'm usually in the comments. Tripping with y'all. So now I'm on screen tripping with y'all.
What do you want to? This Mike. Yeah, that's dope. So I check y'all out. I also listen to Laker Central.
So Mike, do you drive trucks or no?
Nah, but I was laughing at that when y'all said I was a truck driver.
Mike, you OTR?
Oh yeah, we were trying to figure out what OTR was.
Over the road.
Nah, I ran with it, man. It was funny when y'all said it, but OTR, it stands for just our name, just a shortening of our name, Off the Record Podcast.
Oh,
yeah.
See, you gotta correct people, bro.
Hey, I was running with it. It was funny as hell when y'all said
it. Till somebody contact you to haul up and be like, yeah, so you're from OTR, right? Mike from OTR. Look here, I got a load I need you to have. You're like, no, not quite.
Got a goddamn trailer I need you to pick up now. I'm gonna pay you double.
y'all laugh, but I'm
about,
about 90%
like
sure
straight up.
Thurman got his CDL. I'm pretty sure you got your CDL, don't you, Wicker Thurman?
Yeah, I do.
See?
I got plenty of stuff. I got like a TWIC card. I got like a real estate license. I got like all kinds of shit. I got a certificate in healthcare management. I just got shit.
You don't even know. You don't know what to do with none of that.
I'm probably gonna go get another certificate in a minute. Hey, you
gonna be
fuck around with me? I'm gonna get a PhD.
Soon. Dropping ventilators off.
Hey, I've been researching it. I'm thinking about building ventilators too now. Because of COVID. I tried making gloves. It wasn't my thing.
Hey man,
I'm actually surprised. That's crazy that you got your hands in so many different things. That ain't.
I'll be honest with you. I just like going to school. Going to school to me is fun.
You said career student.
Man.
Yeah, I told you. In a minute here, I'm going to get my PhD. Y'all just wait for it. I'm gonna drop it on you.
Like I said last time, I'm not calling you Dr. Thurman. Like,
Yes, you are. You will call me Dr. Thurman. I won't answer to anything else.
Some bullshit PhD. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa. First off, whoa.
Our history PhD, and now I'm supposed to call you.
Yeah.
Whoa. First off, bullshit. I'm not getting no
history PhD.
Exactly.
No.
They got a Black History PhD. Now I got to call you. No, if
not a whole Black History PhD.
No, first off, I'm not getting no damn degree from University of Phoenix or North Central or wherever bullshit else. No, this is gonna be a legit PhD from a legit school that will require me to write a dissertation.
Exactly. Clown College University.
You know, because it's a whole bunch of people walking around with fucking master's degrees from these places, and I'm like, man, you might as well have just wrote that yourself on a piece of paper, bro.
Hey man, Harvard letting everybody in right now.
Hey,
now's the time to go.
Hey, I promise you I was about to enroll for just a semester. Be like, yeah, I was at Harvard, during this whole time, just trying to get something going.
I was at Harvard for like a semester. It was rough. Because of my natural climate. I really couldn't stay, but
hey,
it didn't really.
As long as I get a couple credits.
Hey,
put that Harvard next to your name, nobody can tell you nothing, man.
No.
Wait. You got a degree, or you just went to Harvard?
Just went.
Hey,
just went.
You don't know if I got a degree or not.
Did you go to Harvard? Anyway.
Again, your skin ain't the right color to play that game.
I went to Harvard.
I know. I'm on my straight Carlton now. You couldn't tell me shit.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. Your skin complexion ain't right to pull that game off. But hey, you can try.
That could be a genius under all of this skin complexion.
But like he said, because typically you say Harvard, people are like, oh yeah, okay, that's what's up. When you come in, it's like, so when did you go? Did you know?
2020, I enrolled in 2020.
They go want you. Oh, so
Harvard's supposed to be the magic word.
So can I see a copy of your degree? Can you send me your official transcript?
No, but I got the handshake. I know the handshake.
No, thank you. No, that doesn't work. But now, little white
application fee.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Well, pay application fee. So technically, anyway. So yeah, what we're gonna do? We're doing something. Well, last week I said we were going to do something special for Father's Day. We were going to, talk about being fathers because it's Father's Day, and this is my first fucking one, number one for me. So, yay!
Oh, get ready for this good disappointment. Keep going.
Don't get the grill out tomorrow. I'm gonna let you get the grill out.
You gotta grill your own food.
Grill your own food.
While I sit out there and sing "Papa Was a Rolling Stone," that's the one song we got. Papa was a Rolling Stone. Anyway,
why can't you let me see my son?
Come back one day a year.
I forget who made it.
Fuck that up.
But yeah, so what I want you guys to do, first and foremost, is just tell me what it's like. Like, I know all you guys as kids are in different stages, so you can tell us what it was like in the beginning, or what it's like now, or your general feelings. But what is it? What would you want to tell us about you being a father in 2020? So who wants to start? Wicked Thermic, I know you got something to say because you always got something to say.
Yeah, I always got something to say. Okay, first off, I got two daughters. How old am I? 16 and 15. So I got teenage girls. So anybody who has teenage girls, they know the struggle. The struggle is real. And even though I got a 3,000 square foot house, they make it feel like it's 200. And I say this all the time. I would love to go back to when they were little, because that was for me the prime time of me being a dad and everything like that. And I was so involved in there, and those were good times, and I got tons of stories from then. But overall, being a father it's been a blessing to me, and it's been great. And I personally wouldn't trade it for anything in the world.
That's dope. That really is dope. That's a tender side from you. I really didn't expect it from you. I don't know what the hell I expected from you. I expected you to cancel their dream. Just yesterday, I had to cancel my daughter's dream.
She came up to me. She said she was gonna be an astronaut. And talk about she want all these astronaut suits.
I canceled dreams. I canceled dreams. No, I still cancel dreams.
But you seen that black woman go into space?
But in a fatherly way.
But the thing about it is that like it don't matter, because if your mom co-signs your dream, it don't matter how much I cancel it.
No,
if you got somebody else to co-sign it.
Yeah, man, you gotta have that balance, man. Everybody can't be canceling.
Yeah.
And let's clarify. I only cancel dreams that aren't realistic. Now, if you got a dream that's realistic, I'll ride with you. Like, for instance, if one of them came to me and said, "Look, Dad, I want to try to get into Harvard," I am 100% in, because I feel like, there's something there we can shape to get you to Harvard. But if you're not willing to work, I'm going to immediately cancel that dream, because bruh.
So
you gotta work.
Hey, I want to get into Harvard. That's cool. If I tell you I want to become LeBron James, you're gonna tell me to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. I mean, like,
hey, man, she got the height. She can dunk on people.
Shit. You can't be if by now in your life you haven't hit 6 feet, those that's gone. That's cancel that.
I'm still growing. It's still time.
Not LeBron, maybe Steph.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But you ain't gonna be no LeBron. Let's just redirect that.
Webb.
Look, if you can't wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, I definitely ain't co-signing that dream. Well, yeah, man. I'm gonna get up at 12 and do. Nah, you ain't getting up at 12 and doing nothing, bro. Cancel it.
So cleaning his kitchen.
You can put load these dishes in the dishwasher.
Put on that music, the cleaning, that Saturday cleaning music. You knew that was
put on this blues and you finna clean this house. That's what you about to do.
You hear the music, you're like, nigga, I know that's not what I think that is. That's deep scrubbing the tub music right there.
That's that clean that toilet music. Oh,
exactly. You messed it up. Get in there and clean that damn toilet. Bad guy, you got something to add? G-Dub, Mike.
I'll go. I'll start with the. Oh my bad, Mike. Go ahead. For me, it was always with the kid. With kids, I would look at it from the before and after I had kids. There's AK and the BK. Like before kids, for example, plane rides. I'd be like, if you don't shut your kid up, come on. I'm trying to enjoy my flight. Jesus, come on. Man, my first flight with you. Man, I'm over like, shh. All right, I'm literally looking over my shoulder like, hey, y'all embarrassing me right now. My attitude prior to y'all was completely different than that. So that was the main thing. And then just, hey, because, kids be playing all rough and stuff. And, I'd be like, hey, it's kids. Let them do what they want. Or you would be like, oh, well, y'all be a little bit safer. They wilding. Now I'm just like, after kids, it's like, hey, you'll figure out it hurt. Yeah, hurt it. Yeah, didn't that stop? And the one thing I will say, I have turned into my parents more often than I ever thought I would in life. I have my mama's phrases, because can't have nothing.
Yes.
You bring me something broke, and then kids just do stuff. I used to try to compartmentalize, like, well, she's being creative, or they're doing this or that. And sometimes I just look at them like,
fuck you doing?
You know what? I don't know what to say right now. My son just they were outside playing. You tell your kids, y'all go outside and play. Stop playing in this house. Get outside and play. My son brought inside a bird. A bird that had. And you know how I'm inside working. He said, like, Dad, look, and he shows me a bird in his hand, and I'm just looking like during the Rona. I'm like, you know what? If you die, you guys. I know.
You on your own.
I would have legitimately screamed. That would have been a real like,
what the hell? In the palm of his hand, I'm in here. I'm typing emails. I'm like, yeah, I can. And you know how you just pause, like, what am I supposed to say to this? Well, you know what? I don't.
Did you get a gun? You know what? Get the fuck up out of here.
Get out of here.
I don't know where the bird came from. They went outside, came back inside with a live bird during the Rona. I know he ain't washing their hand, and I'm like, you know what? I don't. Okay.
I'm about to get the damn bird flu.
And engaging. Like my son is a talker.
They got COVID.
They just do stuff. My son's a talker, so they brought in the new COVID. This new wave is what he brought in the house. And then
COVID 22, bro. It's like what?
But yeah, I would say mine is always the BK. I mean, I wouldn't change it for the world because it shows you, like, I think kids are truly an extension of who you are. So a lot of times, you know, as an adult, you have to just take a deep breath and be like, that's something I would have said, or that's something I would have done. So, but it's been a blessing. But it has truly been the BK and AK before kids and after.
Kids.
Bye, 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 bye.
It's just like
Bird man.
Bird was a bird.
I don't know what I would have done.
Mike, how old is your son, man?
My son, he's 14 months. You know all of that. I'm trying to get.
Oh yeah. I was saying, what am I saying, man?
Yeah, I'm trying to get used to that. Like I was that dude that when people would say, yeah, my son is 13 and a half months, I'm like, what? Just say he's 1. But now I catch myself doing it. Like, yeah, he's 13 months or 14 months is like.
Yeah, but you know, living with my wife who, you know, John, she does early childhood. She was like, there's a difference between a young one and an old one. So you had to break down the weeks and the months because they develop so fast. And I'm like, but now I get it. Like she's like, she's telling the weeks. I'm like, oh, okay, I get what you're saying now. Anyway, weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's. I mean, I was the same way. So me and my lady, so we're a blended family. She had 3 kids prior to me, and then some kind of way I talked her into having another one at our old ass age. So now we have a 1-year-old. So we have our house varies from our daughter is 18. We got a 15-year-old son, an 8-year-old son, and then my son, my first bloodborn. That's 13 months, as we say. So yeah, man, it's you still, even though I had them, my stepchildren, it still didn't hit until I had my son. So I because their dad is active and stuff like that. So it was things that I didn't have to really deal with as a parent. That like I ain't had to change no shitty diapers. That wasn't on me. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't me. Now I done been shitted on, pissed on numerous times. Numerous times. It's just like, oh yeah, it's real. So, but we at the stage now where he's walking with the halfway run. He added the half run to it now. So it's, baby proof in the house right now, trying to save him from breaking his neck.
On a daily.
So it's like it's like it's fun. It's fun. It's definitely fun. I guess it's what I asked for. I probably, if I could go back, I would have did it a lot sooner. But yeah, man, it's fun. I enjoy it. I'm going into my second Father's Day, so I seen it. I already seen my gift. He was outside on the deck painting it or whatever, if that's what we want to call it, painting. So that's how it goes. You see your gift beforehand. So yeah, man.
Oh no, not another macaroni necklace.
Yeah. Oh, you got me some socks. I appreciate it.
Is this a tie? And it light up too. The tie light up. That is so dope.
Oh God. But what's weird is, as a parent now, I love hey, I would bring some draws. Like, appreciate it. I needed them.
Mm-hmm.
I swear them draws and them socks and them t-shirts come in handy.
I ain't bought no socks in 2 years. Let me go and get them socks.
I automatically tell them don't buy me nothing, bro. They be asking. Usually it's their mom who asks me and gonna get it in their name. I'd be like, I don't even want nothing. I was like, no thanks. I don't need it because I would rather buy my own shit. I've always been like that.
I got my own tie. I got enough ties.
Yeah, even at Christmas, I tell folks at Christmas, don't buy me nothing. I buy my own shit. If you want to do me a solid, give me some paper. Slide me that 20 that you was gonna spend on whatever trinket that you was gonna buy me. Just slide me that 20. I'd be way more happier than you buying me some garbage or whatever,
But it's. I mean, I'm sure y'all know this, but it's so like the difference between Mother's Day and Father's Day, like just watching the TV and the ads is different. Like, yo, I honestly forgot that this week. I forgot tomorrow was Father's Day.
You tell you how trash Father's Day is. For Mother's Day gifts are like diamonds and rings and jewelry, expensive shit. You know what a Father's Day gift is? I like some cargo shorts.
Some
I think I got what's it called one time. I think we might have got Ryan one too. The little case that come with all your little tools to grill with.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got one.
Yeah, go out there and cook there.
You can work with. Could you imagine if you got your wife something
a vacuum?
You know what I'm saying?
Nice. It's the Hoover 4000.
Nobody bats in my last when they buy you a fucking drill. Like, nigga, what I'm gonna do with a drill? Like, I'm the least handy nigga.
Fix that door I've been telling you to fix all year.
Yeah, that's what they did. That's really what it is. They buying you tools to fix shit that they've been asking you to fix.
That is
look, I can already see my wife gonna drop out a pallet full of soil on my front yard. Like, hey, bro, I need you to spray this across the yard. That's what.
She came in there the other
day.
Bruh,
I did that 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I'm outside unloading mulch and cut. I'm like, why am I working so hard on Father's Day? It's a Sunday. I'm like, yeah, I never commanded nothing, but hey, I'm a snob when it comes to Father's Day. I gave you a list of my demands. I expect to be treated. I'm that dad. I'm like, no. Because I cringe when I think of the stankin' colognes we got my dad. So I'm like, hey, I want to be a specific.
Don't talk about juke like that. Don't talk about juke like that.
Oh no, I'm talking about that English leather player.
No,
I'm talking about juke. That English leather, my guy.
I love what my sister does. My sister, she buys my dad gifts for Father's Day, which shows that like they have her that are slanted towards her. So like 1 year she bought him a shirt that said, "I'm her name, Dad." And I'm like, oh, so the rest of us, we don't get nothing. You can't even put my initials on there. She put all her kids' names on the shirt and gave that to him. And it was like, these are my grandkids. And I'm like, oh, really now? Oh, so the rest of us, oh.
Wow. That's really kind of.
Woo, yeah.
She's the favorite.
Yeah.
Definitely
my dad's favorite grandkids. Oh, word, we doing that?
It's like, Dad, God damn. Oh. Like
my dad.
Sometimes when she do it, we just be like, you know what? That's her. That's what she do. I'm gonna move forward with the rest of my life. I can't.
My dad was like, he's like, you ain't got to give me something, give me nothing. My grandson is my gift. It's like, really, nigga.
Hey. No, appreciate it.
You can make all my old gifts just look like trash, like they was nothing.
I don't really want none of that shit you was giving me anyway. I appreciate you finally.
Yeah, finally you got me something I wanted, motherfucker.
Exactly. About goddamn time y'all had
and you said that's his first that's their first grandchild?
Yeah, they ain't got nothing. Matter of fact, it's probably gonna be the only ones because my other ones, nigga.
Wait, you already discounting your brothers, bro? They might get their shit together. I thought that.
They got. I mean, we ain't young no more, nigga. Like if you ain't got right now, that shit is fail. That's gone. That's gone. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody be some sugar daddies, man. You know, get them some little 25-year-olds.
Like with me, I told her I'm 39. I'm like, yo, if I hit 40 and I ain't got no kids, I'm shutting this shit down. We working on us. We
together.
Us two as a unit. Like, fuck it. I'm done. I'm done with this kid shit. We're not doing it. And then he got on the last train out. He was like, hey, last train, nigga. You better get on.
That's it, bro.
This is it.
My birthday is coming, bro. You better get on it.
Birthday coming. He like, bro, hello. During the what's up? Hey,
you shouldn't have gave me that chance, bro. You left a window.
He left a crack. He kicked the door wide open. And then now it's like being a dad, like, it's so weird because I still remember the person that I was, and I kind of revert back to that shit sometimes. So we be in the house, he's like, all right, we need to go. And I just get the keys and try to leave. She's like, where are you going? That is down.
Let me go get I left my nigga back here, man. Let me go get him. Oh, shit.
Or like, sometimes I'll be sitting there and I'm watching TV and he'll start crying. I'm like, what the fuck? That's right. We got a kid. That is
right in here.
One of the things that I notice is that, like, when they're younger, you think that their crying is the loudest thing you've ever heard, right? Mm-hmm. But as they get older, they get louder and louder and louder. And at a certain point, like right now, if a little baby was to start crying, I could sleep through that shit. I wouldn't even notice it. That's how loud my kids got before they were out of their crying stage.
It gets louder.
It gets louder. Like
it gets to the octave of nigga. I know you hear me.
Yeah. Like
I know you hear me around here.
Yeah. Like
you don't hear me? Let me pull up on this crib.
Let me
so I can holler over the edge of this motherfucker.
I already can tell like what type of cry this based on his actions. I can tell what kind of type of cry this is. Sometimes it'd be like, yo, I'm just slightly annoyed. And other times it's like, hey, I'm a little frustrated. And it's like, nigga, right, goddamn.
It's some brown shit on my leg. It ain't supposed to be there.
I want to eat right
now.
Right. And that's the thing, like when they're at the age where your son is, country boy, like if they crying, typically you can figure out it's one of 3 or 4 things.
Right.
As they get older, like my son, like he can't talk yet, so he's still, he'll start crying and he pointing at something, but it's nothing there. So you like, yo, what do you want? Like
you're not trying to reason with him. Hey man, like I don't know what you're talking about. I got this, I got that.
Yeah, you hand him his sippy cup, he throw that. You hand him his toy, he throw that. So you like, dude, I changed you. You don't want food. What is it? So that point when they that young, hey, he crying. Okay, he either hungry, got some shit pamper, or he's sleepy or something. Other than that, you good.
My man said he gonna be 60 when his son graduate.
Yo, I'm gonna have a fucking AARP card. He graduated that person. Like, it's my son. That's my girl. That's my son right there.
Everybody like, is that your grandson? Is that your grandson?
Can you see this?
Hey,
this right here. I'm like, God damn, I'm gonna be at graduation. Be like, hey, how's your is that your pawpaw? No, he's the other. Because it pisses me off when I hear people with grown kids talk about, my daughter just went to college, or she just graduated high school, or what, my kids, they grown, they live by themselves. I'd be like, God.
Yo, let me tell you how crazy this is. It's a girl that I used to work with at UPS. She getting ready to be a grandmother. She is 37. And I'm 39. I'm a first time dad. I'm like, yo, life is ridiculous. This is absurd. Like, who told me? Let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. Now that he here, sometimes I'll be like, on a regular basis, I'll be like, nigga.
Why did you wait?
Nigga, we fucked up.
No.
We did this shit 10 years ago.
This is rough.
No, my favorite was one time they mom we all went to a work event, right, at one of her jobs, right, and there was a clown doing, animal balloons. So I took my daughters over to get an animal balloon, and they was made the animal balloons. They was like, "Hey, hey brother, do you want one?" I was like, "Brother, yeah, yeah, those your sisters, right?" Sisters? No, these are my kids. What are you talking about? Bro,
Appreciate it, though.
I what? You know how old I am. I can drink, baby. I can drink. For real, legally. I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. School's gonna be weird. Like his first day of school is gonna be weird because it's gonna be kids in there. I'm old enough to be their parents. I'm showing up to the first day orientation and shit with my gray beard. Like, man, this is bullshit. I'm gonna die.
I'll get you some of that just for me.
Black it.
Yeah, it's
no, bro. No, bro, leave it. You see this? I earned it. And I ain't get none of these till I got kids. So yeah. Y'all go, hey. I ain't putting the Beijing on nothing. I'm going there dressed old. I'm going in there talking like, what y'all got going on in here? What the damage going on
out there now? Watch out there now.
Look at that little sucker. Come on, that sucker.
What did you little young punks think they're doing?
Start calling them. Hey, come here, Chief. Let me talk to you, Chief.
People already be calling me Unc. I don't even know how to feel about that. Hey, Unc, let me talk to you for a minute. Hold on, cuz. How old is the Unc age bracket? Because I don't really think I'm that much older than you.
Hey, come here, young blood. Let me holler at you, young blood.
I need to give you some square toes. Stacey Adams go full all in.
Embrace that shit.
Yeah, and wear them with some socks too. You gotta wear socks.
I'm invest in a whole line of Kango hats. Somebody get me a whole line of Kango
hats. with purple gators to match.
You already know.
You
slide. Short set.
Exactly.
Right.
The linen. Gotta have a linen short set.
With the long socks.
Exactly.
With the long socks.
Get on the grill and play Frankie Beverly and Maze.
Oh, yeah.
And that was my dad.
And dance with the grill?
The Kango hat, that was my dad's whole thing, man. Yeah. You couldn't tell him nothing.
Just put it on.
Yeah, my pops, man, like, they got to the point where they were so ready for grandkids. Like my entire life, my dad was like, "Hey, boy, don't you bring no damn kids in here? Don't you bring no goddamn kids in here?" And then all of a sudden, it was like I hit a window and he shifted. He's like, I ain't getting no younger.
About them kids.
If you want to have some grandkids, I would not be mad if you had some grandkids. I ain't trying to put no pressure on your butt. I would love.
What is you doing?
Exactly. What is y'all waiting on? It's been 5 years. I mean,
y'all got to be the safest motherfuckers I know.
Exactly. You know how it works. You can't use a condom.
Well, after the wedding, I just knew. Any day now, I'm gonna have my kids.
I don't have my grandson by now.
See, I had the opposite problem because, like, my mama, she has like 11 grandkids and 1 great grandkid. So, yeah, I was just in the mix. So, like, mine just came out and they were just one of the few, and just put them in with the rest of them, roll in, and they roll along with it. So,
seriously, like for me, wow. So we have been posting pictures on social media. Of them because it was kind of rolling start. You know what I'm saying? It's like first he was in the NICU, but like I don't want people to see all these wires and shit. And then now it's like, well, it's been 3 months. I don't really know. It's weird now. So recently, my mom posted a picture of him, right? And then wifey was like, "You gonna have to say something. You need to say." You gotta check your mom. And I'm like, what?
Wait a minute.
I don't know who you think I am, but I am ill-equipped for this job. Like I've never in my life checked my mom, and today is not gonna be that day. I said, most passive text. If you please consider not posting pictures. It was most
I thought he finna say he hit it with I reported the picture so they could take it down.
I flagged it. I'm gonna flag this picture. Flag.
I am. I 100% consider doing that. I 100% consider flagging the picture.
I'm sorry to tell you this, bro, but you're gonna have to buck up because I tell you right now, no matter how many times you say, "Look, hey, why don't you just have a mom-to-mom conversation?" It ain't gonna happen, bro. You're gonna have to fix it, or your life gonna be miserable. Just saying.
Dude,
man, I'm starting to feel like I was the lucky one out the bunch.
No,
my wife and my mama got along. I got a boy. This nigga just like me. He laid back. I'm just chilling. He's 16 now, so listen. I just got to make it about 4 more years without him popping out one by mistake. You know, I feel like I won.
You run impaired in easy mode. Like I don't know what the hell going on, but you're like, he's like, what's up with your son? Oh man, he upstairs playing the game. He chilling, you know, whatever. Cool. Like, what? How can I get a son like that? I want my son to be chilling.
Say, look, that nigga he appear and disappear. So what we eating? Oh, y'all ain't got no plan yet. Well, can I just make some ramen noodles?
And that's it.
You the real MVP. I don't get some noodles, dog.
Make me some while you at it, boy.
Exactly. Hey, throw me a cup in there, man. You put anything special in there? Nah, I'm straight.
Oh, on a complete side note, I feel you on the bougie noodles. We got some of the escalated noodles, some of that like not the cheap ass Manchurian joints, but them 75-cent noodles.
The ones in the bowl.
Yeah, the ones in the bowl.
Yeah.
Next level, nigga, man. When you go from the basement. When you go from basement to the penthouse, oh man,
they come with the pack with the seasoning separate from the extra stuff. Got a little chicken and cabbage and stuff in there.
Yo, when I had it, I was like, yo, if I throw some chicken in this, I got a real ass meal. This is baller right here. This is not.
This is the level. This next level.
Next level. I'm sorry that I dogged you out of your ramen noodles because
now you see.
Yeah, I get it. I completely fucking do it.
The ramen noodle game is on fleek.
Yeah, it's on point. I get it. So on another note, like staying in line with the whole daddy thing, what lessons do you want to impart or from your childhood that you felt like, oh, this is what I wanted to teach my son, or things that I wanted him to know, or you know, whatever. What lessons do you want to impart on your kids?
Wait, what lessons I want to impart, or what lessons am I allowed to impart?
Well, the first lesson,
you gotta understand. There's two different things.
I think my son was maybe 2, and I taught him about throwing shit away you want. So we in Walmart. He got his favorite teddy bear. Take this teddy bear everywhere he go. Just keep throwing the motherfucker out the cart. I say, hey, look, I'm gonna go on reason with you. You throw that thing down there one more time, we gonna leave it. Gave it to him. He looked at me, and we rode the fuck off. And that teddy bear was still in Walmart. And that nigga thought I was playing it. From that day, he stopped throwing shit down.
I can walk away from it. I'm the kind of guy that would be like, oh, we're gonna leave that thing here. And then as we're leaving, I'm like running back to go get it. Like,
you gonna learn today. Cause I mean, but his mama was on him. She was mad because that teddy bear calmed him down whenever he was mad. All he had to do was get the teddy bear. Well, you ain't got it no more. So now you're gonna have to calm yourself down.
But at 2 though.
At 2
though,
he learned.
God
hey,
damn.
Listen. You start talking to him. You got to have some reasonable conversations, man. And I guess that's why we the way we are today.
Life is difficult, goddamn it. It's hard out here.
It's hard in these streets. All I got to do is tell you one. I can tell you one time. This is what we doing. Make a pimp decision.
Pimp decision.
Pimp.
Let me ask you a question real quick.
Go ahead.
So, you know, me and Country Boy, we new in the game, so. Let me ask y'all. Y'all been doing this a little bit. I currently struggle a little bit with the discipline side of my son. Like I don't have no problem, you know, getting on him or whatever like that, even though he's still young. But I'm struggling with the part of him fearing me or being scared of me. You know what I'm saying? Because like he'll be crying or something, and my lady will be telling him not to do something, and then I'll say, "Let's stop," and then he'll look at me and he'll stop, but it's like I'm like, damn, I don't want him to be. I don't know if I want him to be scared of me or what. Is that a like?
Well,
You know what I mean?
you're gonna have to talk with your lady, and you're gonna have to balance it out. Because what ends up happening is one person can take the disciplinarian role, and then the other person takes the other role. And when you got two people who take those roles and that's it, well, what happens is that like if you're disciplinarian, then they everything that comes out your mouth is like, oh my goodness, it's discipline, it's gonna be followed up with punishment or whatever. And then this other person, they get to be the
Good
quote
guy.
unquote good parent, so they get to do all the fun stuff, and then they come with them and want to have long conversation and everything like that. And then one day you're gonna look up and you're gonna be like, dang, well, why don't you ever come talk to me about just some random ass shit? Oh, because every time I talk to you, I gotta clean some, I gotta do some, there's some chores to be done. Okay, I got you. Okay,
Well, for me,
cool.
Which
what
one are
I
you?
did was because I'm definitely the disciplinarian, but at the same time, I loved on him too, right? So even though I scare the shit out of you, because I'd rather you fear me and hate the shit out of me and do the right thing, and I just deal with the consequences. But I also, and on the fun side, made sure we're gonna go out and do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna still kick it. I'm gonna show you that I love you. But when that tone change, I ain't with that shit.
Right.
So you gotta be willing to do both sides. If you
None of that shit.
strictly stick to that one side, then yeah, of course that's gonna be the only relationship you have with the person, with your child.
I'm
But
gonna hit him with the
you got
what
to
your
be
mama,
conscious of doing both.
what your mama say.
Oh yeah, you can force it on them too. If they don't
Uh,
want it, like you said, the mama don't want to step in and discipline. You just go around and ask your mama. Keep it. Go
One of,
ask your mama.
one of the good things about my wife though is that because she's a kindergarten teacher, she's used to disciplining keep kids in general. This should come easy to her. She got it. She got it. Me, on the other hand, I don't. These are not skills that I have quite developed yet, so I can always defer. I'm like, okay, so what would you do in this situation? Okay,
Well, see, I think the problem is going to rise when there is something that like you feel one way about and she feels totally different about. Because one of the problems that I had was me, I learned how to swim. So I know how to swim, can swim cool. They mama can't swim a lick, right?
right.
And so for some reason she got into their head that they would drown. So I would take them to a clubhouse pool and they were scared they were gonna drown. I'm like, how you scared you're gonna drown? First off, I'm here. That's first. Second off, there's no currents, there's no this is still water. It looked like a fucking mirror because nobody's in it. How are you going to drown? And it was just something about the logic that just didn't make sense to them. And it was hard breaking that, train of thought that, oh, well, my mom said I was gonna drown. No, you're not gonna drown. Just get in the water. It's cool. I'm here. Do what you need to do. And see, I think that's where you run into those dynamics where it's kind of hard to figure out. And if you don't have somebody that's willing to work with you and willing to be like, you know what, I'm gonna set aside, or even if you're not willing to say, I'm gonna set aside what I feel because like I'm gonna defer to this other person. And
Right.
that's where you run into conflict. That is, you're not willing to defer.
Yeah, I like Bad Guy's point because I'm kind of in that same boat where I don't just want to be pure disciplinarian, but at the same time I see it where like I've seen where like I tell my wife like don't give the kids your fears. If you scared of something, don't make them scared of it because you're scared of it.
Right.
Defer to me and I'll say like, all right, this is how we'll work through this. Or if this is something that you may really, and this is something you're really afraid of, just tell me like I really have a fear of swimming, or I just never want to drown. Okay, tell you what, when we go into this scenario, I'll take the lead. Or if you just feel like you may mess it up, just like I'm gonna let you handle it. You take them to the pool, and I'll just when they come back. So it's some maturation of both parties to just be like, all right,
Yeah, they compromise.
I'm gonna love
working
on
together.
Yeah, I'm gonna love on them too. I don't want like me. I do not want to be the hard nosed dad, which oddly enough I end up being. And I'm like, why I got to do all the? I want to go and have fun too. I don't like you said. I don't want everything to me being some type of work because if I'm working outside, I don't want to be like, man, this is gonna have me do other stuff. When it's really just like, nah, we're gonna do this whole thing together, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
let's have that. But to make the point, yeah, it's both of them make perfect points when it comes to that.
Yeah, I mean, it shocked me like the first time I really like raised my voice at him and how he responded. So to me, it hit me. I'm thinking like he ain't gonna pay me no damn mind, but I'm gonna try it. And the first time I raised my voice, he stopped. So now like,
who you raising your voice at?
right. So now if he's whining and he know he whining for nothing, he will look at me. And if he's noticed I'm looking at him, he'll get it together. So I'm like, okay, I do want that, but then I'm like, well, damn. I mean, I don't know if I want him to be like, I don't know. It's just figuring out that balance of I know I do want him to recognize that I'm, you know, an authority figure over him, but I don't know if I was like, damn, I don't know if I want him to be like, you know, shook like that. Oh shit, dad coming. Yeah, he sit up straight like that. So it's like, so I don't know. It's just one of the things I struggle with as being.
I feel like it's helpful in the long run, right? Because I'd rather you be out in the streets wondering thinking that daddy gonna do much worse to me than anybody out here. So I better go and act right.
That's true. I remember,
and also talk to him. That's one thing.
I have a conversation.
With my son, I'm like, no. With Graham, I'm like, what is it? Because you know he'll get the little power face. I'm like, son, what is it? And I'll let him tell me what's wrong, and I will simply explain. You can't have your way all the time. Like, you know, I'm not Mr. Super Tough. You can't never cry. I'm like, Graham, okay, but that's not a reason to do that. Man, that's followed up with the reason why. Because, you know, we done all been in the barbershop and somebody give you that horror story like, yeah, so I went outside. I showed my dad this artwork I made and he stomped on it and slapped me. I said, whoa. I don't think that was an approach. Hey, like, even as a kid, I was like, okay, I don't think
out there killing dreams.
Exactly.
No. It might have been. We from the same city. I'm like, man, that
might have been right.
Might have been, man.
You ain't never been my clan, though, man.
But nah, I mean, it's I would say like give him the permission to, because I look at what successful men say. They say like, you know, with my dad, we could ask a question. It wouldn't go change the outcome, but I can say like, well, why do we come in? Because at this time of day, it's not best for you to be out this time of night. I'd rather you go out and figure out. I'd rather you take my word for it and see that I'm wrong than to find out the wrong way I was wrong, or I was right rather. Like, okay,
yeah.
But yeah, conversation, honest. Let him say it, and then, but still let the answer be what it is.
I feel like all of us grew up with, you know, at least I don't know if all of my parents was like, "Hey, nigga, don't matter what I'm doing, you need to do it this way. This is the way.
Do as I say, not as I do."
Yeah, like
I had to break that. I had to break that habit of do what I say, not as I do, because like, you know, you feel like, you know, I pay for this shit, so I can do whatever the fuck I want to. So I'm a cuss, I'm a drink, I'm a do it. But you know, kids these days, you know, they're willing to express themselves, and you know, you give them the leeway. And so now, kid is talking to you and saying all kinds of stuff, and you like, God, I'm reflecting on what you're doing. And you like, you know what? You bringing up some valid points. Okay. I will correct. I will course correct for you. You bring up some valid points. Whereas when we was younger, one of valid points you could make to make your parents change their mind. What they said was what they said, and it was law.
Parents like that, I would get slapped in the mouth. That's
no, it's still like that. With
Agree.
I'm kind of I'm the law.
You know.
Yeah. Nah. Like I can listen to you. And if you tell me, you know, this, that, or the other, yeah, that's your perspective, right? I've been here for a while. This is my perspective. So this is why I do what I do. I do this because I've afforded myself to be able to do things this way. If I want to go out and waste $500 on this, that, or the other, fuck it. I know I'm going to work on Monday. You just going to school. What you're not going to do is tell me what to do with my money. You know what I'm saying? That type of deal. So I don't know. It's just I can hear you, yeah, because you know at his age now, I feel like he's grown some. You got some experience, so when it comes to stuff that you got going on, like his opinion on the classes that he want to take, like all right,
I
you
hear
know
you.
what? Yeah, okay, I hear you. Go ahead and do that. That's fine.
Yeah, but
But
what you're not
for
gonna do
my
is you're not
shit,
gonna tell me how to spend this motherfucking money I made.
right? I wish
That's
my
what you're
son would
not
come
gonna
in.
do.
Now, I wish my son
We
would
were
come in
hungry,
and ask
Dad.
me. So, Daddy, you drinking again today? You know what? I was drinking again
No,
today,
hey.
but for the next 15 minutes, I'm about to be drinking your ass. That's what my dad.
Uncle
You
Ernest
nigga
again?
crazy as hell. But
Uncle Nearest
like
again.
you say,
Years.
They had another
I'm
bottle of Uncle
blessed,
Nearest.
and I don't have them type of problems because
I need to cop
maybe
that
he
today too.
No,
just be
for
good.
for me, they mom is what draws that conflict, and she builds that into the whole dynamic because
Oh, yeah.
she likes to again, I'm in a house full of women, so typically, I'll be honest with
Yeah.
you, the estrogen is all going to agree with each other. So if
You losing.
anytime you're in a house full of estrogen, it's all going to agree with each
Yeah,
other.
you need a male dog just to even the numbers out a little bit.
Right. So like the funny thing it was we got pets, right? So my kids got one of my daughters, she wanted guinea pigs. So we bought the guinea pigs, right? And at first we had two male guinea pigs, but them motherfuckers would fight so much and would with each other that we was like, we got to get rid of them. And now we got three female guinea. Well, we had three female. One of them passed away. Rest in peace, Pepper. Um, so
Yeah.
now even my guinea pigs are female, so it's just like a house full of females.
Yeah, that's rough.
So I basically am on the short end of
Yeah, I don't know
everything.
how I'll be in that situation. I think I told my wife if we had girls, I don't know what I'd probably be. I'd be the bitch. They just be whatever you want, baby. Whatever you want. I don't even know what to do with y'all today.
I
It's just
I wanted a daughter.
take a wallet, please. Leave me alone.
What we were having, I was like, a part of me kind of wanted a daughter. Now that I have it, when I found out it was gonna be a son, I was like, and my wife knew. She knew. She didn't know, but she knew because she had like a dream about it or something. She's like, I had a dream that he was born and it was a boy, and this was like before we even knew. And I was like, nigga, that's a boy. I already knew it. It was just too coincidental. So when she was like, we were taking the ultrasound, and she's like, you were right. She's like, there's little balls.
There you go.
So
Why do they always get like that in the doctor's office? You be like, whoa, like, oh, look at it. You see it right there. I'm like, hey, thank you.
and when I tell
Let me
you,
know what the sex is. It's fine.
I don't know if you if I showed you the ultrasounds, but all the ultrasounds was like ridiculous. He had one where he was like sideways, where like you could see his little balls like hanging down, and she circled them. It was like, boy, I'm like, I know what a penis looks like. I can see it. Like you have to. So,
See, maybe that's just me that like my kids are old enough to where we didn't have all them fancy schmancy ultrasounds or whatever, so we just had to take the doctor's word for it.
man,
So,
see, well, because he was an IVF baby, and because Shantae is over 35, he was high risk. So
Yeah.
I got tons of ultrasound pictures. We had like at least 7 ultrasounds. I could tell you, like, he was a little dot right here. This was 10 weeks, this is 12 weeks, this is 14, this is 20, so we had a ton of them joints,
Yeah.
and now that
She
he's
got all on for the scrapbook.
yeah, you got to take pictures of them because I think they degrade after a while. But now that he's here, and it's like I got a boy, I can't imagine any other way. He's kind of like, I don't know. It seemed like easy mode. Like as long as you like me, I already know what to expect. That this is gonna be fucked up, but at least I already know what to expect. I know what to expect. If you're anything like me, hey, at least I know what I'm in the store for. If I had a girl, I don't even know what to expect.
Yeah, I almost set myself up. Part of me was like, man, I want a girl, and I think we was doing the whole reveal thing. So my lady wanted a boy, so I was kind of going against the grain anyway. But
Right.
I started to buy into it. Like, I want my daughter. I want a daughter. But now once we found out it was a boy, secretly I was like, yes.
My
I don't
dog.
know. I
No,
don't know.
like,
I wouldn't know what to do. Like you said, like I know if I'm anything like I am with my nieces, I'd be in trouble. My nephews, I could always discipline them. But my nieces, the whole discipline thing was totally different.
It's totally different.
It was a pat on the back, like, hey, listen, just don't do that no more. Now, my
I
nephew, it would be a punch in the chest, like,
yeah.
don't do
it,
that no more.
it was funny because like the first one I wanted a girl, cool, had names picked out, everything in advance was good to go. The second one wanted a boy, and it seemed like and pretty much that whole situation was just just a Debbie Downer for me anyway. And I mean, I'll be the first one to admit that at that segment in my life, I was going through some stuff.
You all right? Good.
Oh, I mean, yeah, now I'm good, but like at that point in time in my life, I was going through some stuff, and it's one of those situations where once you through the storm, you look back on it and you're glad you went through it, but at that point in time, you felt like it was the worst thing ever.
Right.
Anyway, but I wanted a boy for my second one. And I think that contributed to it too, because when we found out it was another girl, I was like, really?
Hey.
Really?
Hey, you ain't got nothing to blame. Nobody to blame but yourself.
Sad
You did it
face.
from the upside down right position. You gotta turn 90 degrees.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm like, did I not stand on my head or something? I mean, I don't know. It is what it is.
No, but missionary statistically makes more than I'm just playing. I made that shit up.
Oh yeah, man! When I tell you the wives' tales on that is crazy.
So let me ask y'all this: were y'all in situations where y'all were trying to have kids, or they kind of?
Oh no!
I can tell you 100%.
We was in college.
The young ones.
That joint just popped up. It was like, hey, so yeah. I don't think I had my period. You don't think you don't think you don't know? Well, we both can't be nervous, so I'm gonna play real tough. Hey, don't worry about this. I got it. It's gonna be all right.
I can't speak for nobody else. I won't speak for nobody else. I know for me, both of mine were just surprises. Is the best way I can put it. And I tell my kids this. I be like, look, man, won't nobody trying to have y'all. Y'all just popped up. And I tell my second one, I don't know how y'all feel about this, but I tell all the time, look, I was on the bandwagon of head to the clinic. Just me. I was like, I wasn't gonna force nothing, but I was just putting it out there. I was like, look,
you almost didn't make it.
Pause. You told her
exactly.
Yeah. What am I lie to her for? Just real talk.
You almost didn't make it.
Why am I lying?
I mean, did she ask you specifically?
I couldn't get the $600 up. That's the only reason.
No, it wasn't that type of story. No, it wasn't like that. But and no, I wasn't like out here counting pennies and collecting cans, trying to push it.
You hit it with it. So what you gonna do?
Yes, exactly. So I'm thinking like this. What are you thinking? And I mean, and the reason why I'm real about the situation and I'm real about the experience is because I'm like, you know what? I don't want you to head into the similar type of situation and think that you're all alone and that the thoughts that you're thinking and what you're going through is something new and nobody else is going through it, and it causes you to, inflate the situation. No, this shit that happened to everybody, it happened to me. I'm sitting here looking at you like, come on, bro. What kind of decision you gonna make? Can you side with me? You know what I'm saying? And I think that like sometimes in certain situations, some people run into the situation and they see it as like, oh my goodness, I don't know what to do. And so that's where you get, kids that fucking babies are born in toilets and thrown in trash cans. You see, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You got to man up. You literally got to man up. I mean, I don't know about the rest of these guys, but this my baby boy was a plan. This was try. We gonna do this no matter what. At some point, this gonna happen. We gonna keep working at this.
Go keep banging. Go keep banging, huh?
So it's fun for me. How's this for you? This is fun for me.
You go keep wearing it out, huh? Yeah.
You guys have jokes, but my part to play in this was skeeting in the damn cup. I went to a room. I went to a room with a Roku with porn on it and that 1,000 dudes have nutted on, and they're like, "Hey, I'm not going to take this cup." It's disgusting. Let me tell you, this room was so not conducive to like, this is not sexy. I don't know what you want to be doing here.
They ain't have no lava lamp in there for you. A lava lamp, a big old pillow for you to sit on.
They had a futon with a plastic sheet on it because they're gonna throw that away after you get done.
Oh!
And they had a rope.
You got the sticky booty back there trying to jack off.
I'm in the room. I'm going towards the room, and I hear white noise, and I was like woo. I'm signing the paperwork, and I'm like, excuse me, what's that noise? She said they play white noise.
What's that?
To drown out the movie. oh, that's what I gotta do. That's me. I gotta do that too. She's like, so quick story.
You high-fived the other dude on his way out.
One of the rooms was occupied when I went in there, and then granted, we did this. I had to do this 4 times. 4 fucking times. I was like, yo, I've nutted in the cup once. You can't take the nut you still got in. She's like, no.
Did you take a percentage of it? Did you use it all? What's going on?
There's some good soldiers in there. Anyway, so we in there, and I asked about the white noise, and she's like, oh, that's for the sounds. I was like, oh, okay. She's like, when you leave, I have to come talk to me when you get ready to leave. I got something important to ask you. I'm like, okay. So I go in the room. She's like, when you get done, just put the cup in looks like a little plastic container. And so I'm like, cool. When I get in the room, I was like, this is whack. This is gonna be rough. And then at the time, I think my wife was downstairs because she had an appointment at the same time. She like texting me. She's like, how's it going up there? I'm gonna need you to leave me alone. It's not focus. I need all my energy focused on this. This is not gonna be a good day. It's not gonna be a good day. I
gotta find the right movie. Is it in HD? Or is it 4K? I mean,
when you put it up, was the last movie on gay porn?
Dude, I am not 15 no more. I cannot get off in the film catalog. Like, it's not page 12. I ain't gonna get it. I gotta take me 10 minutes just to find the right goddamn movie.
Wait. So did you stop on big breasted Asians? Is that where you stopped at?
No, this is what I did because I'm a veteran at this. I went to I was like,
hey, show you my game.
Hey, this ain't my phone. This ain't my first video. I found something on my phone. So I got on my phone, handle my business, right? I'm finishing up washing my hands thoroughly and hurry up and nobody know where this went down. So I go and ask her later. I was like, okay, I'm done. You said you had a question you need to ask me? She was like, yeah. Did you get anything? Did you get any on the floor? Nigga.
I know, man.
Hey, did she give you the Swiffer mop to go back in there? Did she give you that? That was sure. You want to know. Get this Swiffer mop, go back in there.
Hey, when I tell you I ain't never been so happy. I ain't never been so happy when them embryos took. I'm like, yo, I'm done. I'm out. I'm out this piece. Don't ask me for shit else. I'm not going back in that room.
I didn't even think about whether or not it was someone on the floor when I went in there.
No, I feel like that
was that you in there an hour ago.
I thought that was a response. Hey, did you get some on the floor? Who do you think I am?
Hey,
like, what kind of customer service is this? First and foremost,
And where did you buy the Roku with the porn? Where did you get the porn?
Oh man.
Exactly. It's for, friend wants to know.
Exactly.
Just for a friend.
For science.
For research purposes.
Exactly. But yo,
I said with my son, like as far as like knowing about the kids, I would say my daughter, yes, my son, no. My wife was 5 months pregnant when we was like, what? Because she had been like our daughter, we knew like, okay, you haven't been feeling well. Okay, you know where you are. Okay, cool. We're there. All right, awesome. That is wonderful. We had been, because they say with the first child, you're always prepared, you're concerned, you are on point, you're at every appointment.
Yeah.
So, wife said she hadn't been feeling well. I'm like, what is going on? We done pulled off the plastic a while ago. I'm like, hey, it's cool, we got this. We're gonna be safe. Right. Man, she went to the doctor and the doctor was like, oh, congratulations. Oh man. And she was like, what? I mean, and I think we had been drinking like a week beforehand, so I was even more disgusted with myself. But yeah.
Y'all had been out partying.
Yeah, man, I'm like, bruh, we out here wilding. So part of it is on me. But yeah, he was almost here. And the wife hadn't been in her new job that long. So when she went out on maternity leave, it was handle your business.
Yeah.
So yeah, Graham was definitely. That's why I named him after me. Like, son,
let me tell you something.
Hey, let me tell you about your life. And would you I don't want to be that dad, but I'm gonna be that son. Hey. Let me tell you something. But you want to talk about pay for something? Let me tell you something.
Wait till he older.
You came in this world.
So many stories. Think by the time you were born in the middle of a goddamn pandemic. So
yeah.
For me,
don't talk to me, boy. I did not have enough money to buy milk, but I made it happen. And you won't come talk to me about some bike you want, huh?
Boy, damn PlayStation. I wanted to name my son Junior. I messed up. I might messed up. I told you guys this, but I messed up because I told my wife I didn't like my middle name like years ago. Years ago, I was like, yo, I don't really care for my middle name. I hate it. Just for full disclosure, it's Jerome. So get your
Jerome in the house. Jerome in the house.
Country Rome. Country Rome in the house.
Somebody does
from
that.
The Himalayas.
I die a little bit inside, a little bit more.
Hey, wait, just want. Nah, we gonna let you.
And so it's Jerome. Apparently, it's something to do with my family. It don't even matter. I don't care. I don't like it. So I told my wife I didn't like it.
Damn.
So she was like, well, since you don't like your middle name, I'm going to name him Braden Michael. I'm like, I mean, I don't like it, but not enough that I don't want to pass that bitch on to someone.
Put the disclaimer out too soon.
Exactly.
You negotiate yourself, bro. You got yourself, bro.
Yes, I
had to work on that thing for months. He gonna be named Jerry, right? No, I don't think we should do that. Yeah, if it's a girl though, you could name her whatever you want to. So we don't know what it's gonna be, but if it's a boy, and that boy rolled on out of there. Let me get that birth certificate.
Already a
junior.
I'm already a junior. I'm already
even the third.
Oh, so you would have the third? Oh, you tripping.
Broke the chain.
I say it. I was like,
hey, you supposed to be the 3P, dog.
Trey,
because you can be the third.
Exactly.
He could officially be the third.
Oh man,
Michael, my cousin
is the third. Hey, because people are like, oh, he junior. I said no, he's the second. He's the second.
And then Pop,
but it technically
Pops wants him to be so bad to be a junior. He still calls him Michael. How Michael doing? That's not his name. Michael doing?
Michael.
I'm just rolling.
Wait, I thought his middle name was Michael.
His middle name is Michael, but that's not his name.
How is that not his name?
No, Pops got you, bro. Pops got you. You didn't. Pops got you.
Man,
he shows you what to do. I said I already named you Junior. Then you going go with this new mess.
Look,
my cousin, he just had a son, and he's the third.
What would you say, Mike?
I was on the same tip. Like So I'm a junior, and I didn't want to name my son after me either. But I got overruled. Like, so my dad passed away in 2014. So I'm like, I don't want to name him after. I don't want him to be the third, and not that. So a couple years ago, LeBron made a statement. Now, not that I'm LeBron or anything like that. That my son would have to worry about the things that Bronny Jr. gonna have to go through. But he talked about how he didn't want to name his son after him either because he didn't want him to have to live up to him. Either way, he gonna have to live up to who his dad is anyway. And I was telling my lady the same thing. I'm like, look, every time somebody sees me or when they saw me when I was young, it was, oh, you Big Mike's son. Or
right.
you know what I mean? So I'm like, I don't know if I want my son to go through that. Needless to say, he is the third. But I was thinking we did end up naming him after me, but I was thinking the same way that you was thinking too, like
oh man, to my aunts and aunties, I'm still Little Jerry.
That's what
Little Jerry. Yeah. Come here, Little Jerry. Yep. Hey, it's just Jerry now. There go Little Jerry over there.
So my childhood name was Mikey. You know what I'm saying?
Mikey. Hey, Mikey.
I'm a grown ass man.
Hey, Mikey.
Mine too.
Can't be yelling out across the street, Mikey!
Hey,
we going out?
Mikey.
Like, nah.
And like to my mom, my immediate family, they still call me Mikey. Like I'm 39 years old. That shit don't ring the same. It don't.
No,
I
can't say nothing. I still got a cousin named Peaches.
Me?
We didn't. We tried our best to switch it up, but we still call her Peaches by mistake. I mean, look now, if I didn't call you something for 38 years of my life, I ain't no going back. You know
that's
what I'm
saying?
That's it.
If you was
unless we're in a medical emergency and they need your government, that is your name. Oh, what happened to Peaches? Deborah. That's right.
I got cousins.
What is her damn
I don't even know their government name. I've been calling them little so and so or little whatever or whatever their nickname was so long. I don't know what their real name is. When I found out, I was like, "That's not your fucking name, nigga. I didn't know."
Oh,
you were Little Jerry.
No, and the funny thing is, they have some nice ass names, and you be like, "Damn, we've been calling you this other shit, and we could have been calling you that." Oh, you should feel gypped.
Yeah. It's okay though. It's okay. I'm
still PD.
Yeah, I'm over it. I'm over it not being a third.
I was in the same boat too. Like I hate my middle name too. My middle name is Carlton. So you would get the Martin joint. I would get the Carlton dance every time. I hate my middle name, man. So I was trying to use that too. Like, nah, I don't want him to go through that. But they were like, nah, man, he's got to be a third. There's no question. So.
No questions asked,
There was no one on our end that could pull rank like that. Like with Wifey had been working on Braden since she was little. Like, you know how women are. Women had these names. They like, oh, if it's a boy, I'm gonna name him this. If it's a girl, I'm gonna name him this. So Braden been baking. She didn't have that thing in it right, ready to go. So as soon as she found out it was a boy, bow, Braden Michael. That's it. It's a wrap. No change in my mind. I was like, the only chance I had was like, okay, if it's a girl, I ain't got to worry about that shit. That kind of played into the whole, I hope it's a girl thing because maybe I'll get a reprieve. But no, life ain't like that. Life is like, nah, nigga, you need to look at this head on.
Well, the thing was,
we need you to change your title to Punkin Johnson.
I know, right? Punkin Boo.
Punkin Johnson.
Punkin Boo Johnson.
Hey,
yo,
you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win none of these battles. Them battles are not like I tried to work on. I was like, yo, how about this? How about we do Michael Braden? He's like, nah, I don't like the ring. Like, ugh.
Well, see, we actually had my daughter's name picked out at first, but then out of nowhere we just decided to change it because I think we were going to go with like Jemiah at first. We was gonna name her Jemiah, and out of nowhere we just said, nah, it ain't gonna work. So we came up with Jayla, and I decided to put the H on the end of it. So my daughter's name is spelled Jalah. And I was like, if you're gonna go with that, cool, but let me get something. So I got the H on the end. And then when my other daughter came, her name, we decided to go with Nyla, Nylah. Slap the H on the end. Just my contribution so that they could, you would hope that that they would see these names and they would think like, oh, I'm connected to my sister because of.
Right.
Nah, they don't care. They
The
just
name.
write that
Oh,
because like even middle names.
I'm a black man named Graham. I don't want to hear nothing about names. Nothing. Do you know how tough that was in kindergarten? I'm talking about the jokes with like, really? Graham crap that
Jerome's in the house.
Oh,
Motley Crue.
you got me on that one.
Jokes. Do you know how many jokes I got with Motley Crue and Mott's applesauce? That was my new with Mott's applesauce. I was like, I don't even understand how that's the same. How was that even close
to my name?
To my name, And full disclosure though, Nyla, Shantae liked that name and wanted to name her daughter that name. And then she was like, but now that we know Ryan and know somebody with that child is named that, I have to change it now. Let me do the name. Yeah, I need a new name. He's like, if we didn't know him, it'd be different. But I know him. Now I keep hearing that.
The funny thing is that when we were living in Alabama, we had a neighbor downstairs in our apartment complex whose daughter was also named Nyla. And I was like, how in the heck does that happen? That you actually meet somebody who lives like 100 feet from you who named that kid the same thing that you did? That's like some... How did that happen?
How does that happen? That's weird.
I've only met two other black people with the same name.
You met another Graham? There's exactly two of you guys? 2 Grahams?
Me, one guy was a professor, and one guy I kind of met in passing, and it was like, hey, and it was just like this camaraderie, like, my guy, what's happening? Hey, tough road.
So, on another note about being, so I started running with Braden. We bought like this really bougie stroller, more than my mom did. Shout out to my mom, which is why you're gonna let me. My mom bought a $600 stroller. You want me to check her? No.
Whoa. You didn't tell us about that equation. You better check yourself. You see this $600 stroller?
I'm gonna need you to look at that stroller and fix yourself. Just look at the stroller.
We gonna let them pictures slide. Let them pictures slide.
This bougie $600 jogging stroller that we found at Bye Bye Baby. We was like, oh, she's like, oh, this is so nice. I love it. I'm like, cool. If we get it, I'm gonna run with them. So we got it. We got the little it's $600. It's really $400, but it had like the car seat attachment as part. It's like a set. It's still expensive as shit. So I've been running with them, and one of the first things you notice is how people treat you. Like people wave at me. Mm-hmm. That ain't never waved at me before.
Yep.
Never. Mm-hmm. Like if I see a white lady who got kids who walking her kids with a stroller, she gonna wave at me because we a club. We pretty much a gang now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, parent gang.
The stroller walking kids.
PG, baby.
Yeah. What's up, cuz? Or like people in cars, they be seeing me, and I guess I must be the bonding. I don't know, but it's weird that.
Oh no, you part of a gang.
People be waving at me like we not friends. Like not 3 months ago, you would have ran me down. Mm-hmm. But now waving like
you part of the club now, and you stay a part of the club at least until they hit the age where they bad. Once your kids hit the bad age, that's when the club breaks up and it's each man for himself. But before that,
now you just go to the extreme of the club. Because you go to the extreme where all the other bad kids be looking at you like, hey, I just be whooping my head. Like, whoa, I don't want to be on this side of the gang. I want to be, in the middle of the, because like you said, you in the gang now. So you'll be just have your kids in the stroller or doing whatever. You can be in a line. And people are like, oh, yeah. People just start telling you random stuff, a little factoids. Like, well, yeah, I bought that one. It actually faltered. So you want to get this one if you get time. Just check it out.
Part of the game.
And people understand. People get it. Except when your kids is bad. Then everybody look at you Like you fucked up. Like,
And typically that happens at
ain't gonna
about
do nothing.
3.
You just
At
gonna look at
about
them.
at about 3, between the ages of 3 and 5. That's when that window is. Where like, nah, we gotta exclude you out the club if your kids is bad.
You
Just
got
happens.
you on the island.
You get kicked out the club, and the people with the decent kids, they the ones that are in the club, and you got to be on the outside looking in.
I am terrified that my kid's gonna be like me. Let me tell you something, man. I got so many ass whoopings as a kid. Random, like, why did you do that? I don't know, nigga. It felt like the thing to do at the time. I don't know. I didn't really have a plan.
Well, see, here's the
it on fire.
Well, see, here's the difference that you're gonna run into is that like you don't live in the same type of neighborhood that you grew up in, so those opportunities are not gonna be there.
That's true.
Hey,
See,
let me just pump the brakes though. Remember, I was a middle class kid living in a white neighborhood. My son is also going to be a middle class kid living in a white neighborhood.
But it's a difference though, because I thought the same thing. I was like, yo, my kid's gonna be like I am. They're gonna be wilding out like I did. And what you find is that like kids these days, especially growing up in like these neighborhoods that like we live in, they not going out there wilding out and doing crazy stuff. Now, mind you, they will do some crazy stuff, but they're not as the extreme crazy as we was. Because I remember.
Did you worry about your kids not being black enough?
I did. I still do. I still do. Because like,
I mean, for me, like, and granted, hey, it was a little questionable for a while. My mom thought I was gonna marry a white woman. It was a little weird.
My family still thinks I'm gonna marry a white one.
They was like, or like in school, sometimes in school, they come from white Mike. I was like, dude, I'm not that white. I'm not. I'm on you. I'm on your team.
You say you not that white.
I'm not that white. I got. Being a black geek was not cool then. Like being in the comic books, being weird it's okay to be black and weird now. It's almost like fashionable. But at the time when I was growing up, if you were weird,
it wouldn't.
They would call you white. They would call you white.
Yeah.
So my nickname was White Mike for the longest. You know what I'm saying?
White Mike.
They don't call that shit. Don't do that again. Don't do that.
Imagine having my name.
Graham.
Don't do it.
Ooh, imagine.
I can't say much. My name is Ryan, so
yeah, that's true.
But what got me was I always went to the blackest schools out because I went to Blackburn and I went to Jim Hill. Oh. And those, anybody listening or those of you who know where Jim Hill and Blackburn are,
I know.
And going from the other side of town, I lived in North Jackson. I went all the way to the west side. And I'm talking about I got these button-up I am literally Duncan Penderhughes, like J.C. Penney, top of the line, buddy. and just always having that kind of, like you said, it was not cool back then at all. It was, I would have girlfriends and be like, why do you talk like that? People from Mississippi wonder where I was from. Like, what?
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm from here.
No, I had people
from the same place.
They would question you. They'd be like, oh, so-and-so is blacker than you are. So-and-so is white. Why would you say that? Why would you say they blacker than me? Why is this a contest?
It's funny.
Anyway.
It's hilarious.
Black, but you were like, but technically, no. Come on.
Because like the funny thing that happened to me was so I went to Mississippi State, right? And so I was wearing a Mississippi State shirt, and I was back home in Jackson, Mississippi, and I was working a summer job at the pool as a lifeguard. And so I had on my little Mississippi State shirt, and I was proud because I was like, I went to Mississippi State. And every person kept asking me, "Oh, you play ball at Mississippi State?" Mm-hmm. But I can't go to school. I gotta play ball. I don't understand the concept. And they figured that the only way a black person would go to Mississippi State was if they played some sport.
Wow.
I will say I felt that way about people who went to Ole Miss. Like, because growing up in Mississippi, you know what Ole Miss is.
How much they pay?
They literally ran.
How much they paying your mama now for you to come down there? You got to be paying you a whole lot of money to come down there.
Hey,
their mascot is a rebel. They would wave rebel flags at the game with points on them and literally terrorize the other team. How do you go to Ole Miss? Hey! I'm sorry. I feel like we have people going to Ole Miss.
No, people laughing. I was this close to going to Ole Miss, but it didn't take but like 1 second for me to realize what it was. Before I was like, you know what? That ain't for me.
I might be a little too black to go there.
That might be a little too much. I go to school with white folks, but that's too much.
I was at work before the COVID thing popped off, and there was a dude in there who had Mississippi State shirt on. He had a shirt, a hat, or something. And I was like, I know people from Mississippi. I'm going to go talk to them just randomly. I don't know how I was feeling. I feel like I'm part of the club now because like people be like, why you know all these Mississippi niggas? I don't know. It's a gang. We're a gang. We're technically a gang now. So I went over there and talked to him, and he was talking about basically about Mississippi State and Ole Miss. And he looked at me. He said the same thing. He was like, nigga, I don't know how any black person ever goes to Ole Miss. I don't know what they were thinking. I was like, yes, that's what I heard. That's what I heard.
I give people one excuse. In Mississippi, there's only one law school. So if you want to go to law school or medical school, you have to go to the University of Mississippi, which is Ole Miss. So some people, if you want to go to law, if you want to be a lawyer in Mississippi, you got to go through Ole Miss. If you want to be a doctor in Mississippi, you got to go through Ole Miss. So like I give.
Did they even let you in?
Credit. So I be like, look,
my
you want to be a lawyer, you want to be a doctor.
My friend's mom went to Ole Miss and she a judge. She had to go down there to go to law school. She tried to get us to go. Nigga, I'm straight.
So like if you want to
none of them problems.
Segregated law books. This is for white men. This is a color.
You're gonna do this white law. What you white law?
I ain't got it in me.
We bugging.
I know I'd have got kicked straight up out of that joint. The shit they was talking about they do on campus. Yeah. I'm a little too rough around the edges. I understand.
Oh, Deuce went there, didn't he?
Yeah.
Deuce McAllister went there, didn't he? God.
He did.
Look, like a lot of football players.
And he was from Jackson.
Hey, AJ Brown for the Titans, didn't he go there?
Yeah.
Ain't it AJ? Yeah. So
yeah.
I mean, I said,
Kendra said for free. That's why they went, because it was free.
Dog, I know some cats that paid their way through Ole Miss. So like so like yes, but like again, like I said before, if you want to be a lawyer or you want to be a doctor, you had to go through Ole Miss. And so like if you went in the freshman year thinking that you was gonna be a lawyer or a doctor, you went to Ole Miss. I mean, at that point, you might feel like, hey, I'm already been here for a year. I don't want to be a lawyer or doctor no more, but I might
our wife's stepsister went to Ole Miss.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a path for it. Oh well, I think she went to. I'm not gonna. Let me stop speculating, but I personally think that she went. to Ole Miss.
I was about to say, hey.
I think she went to Ole Miss
because
she didn't want to go
they
to
pay you to go
State.
there just to be disrespectful to you.
She didn't want to go to Mississippi State because they went.
He said, "Come on over so we can disrespect." Now, but back to the original question.
Welcome to Ole Miss, boy.
Yeah, but back to the original question.
Back to the original question about you're questioning your kids' blackness because they don't grow up near the way we did. It's funny watching my son grow into his blackness because he had mostly white friends, and which I don't mind, and, a couple black friends because only a few of them, and it's like, oh, now I see you turning into me. Oh, now I see the nigga coming at you. Okay,
no,
I was worried about you at first. I ain't think you was gonna have none in you. I see you got a little bit. That's good enough. I'm good. All right, I appreciate it.
My daughter had the experience when because I'm gonna be honest with you, she's an activist, bro. She all on the Black Lives Matter, and as a matter of fact, I believe she would have drugged me to one of these rallies if she could. Now it was funny because she had an experience, one with a teacher who it was so funny that one of the little kids in the school, he was like, he said something like, I ain't about that nigga. And the teacher said, well, I ain't about that nigga either.
What?
And my daughter, she heard that, and the first thing she came home and she went to to her mom, and she got her mom riled up writing emails to the school and everything else. And I was just like, well, the guy was probably just being flippant because the kid was being flippant or whatever. But yeah, y'all go ahead and y'all write y'all emails. Now, if he would have did it a different way, I'd have been up there fighting his ass.
Right.
But
Oh yeah,
but
yeah.
but one of her friends, it was a little white guy, and he was like, I don't see what the big problem was. And as soon as he said that out of his mouth, my daughter was like, wait a
Oh,
minute, you don't understand? Okay, we not friends no more. And she basically cut this nigga off, cut fully off. Like I don't even know this cat no
But
more.
you did just call him nigger, so did he have a point? No, I'm kidding.
I mean, like because she was like, yeah, I can't be friends with that cat no more because he said it was cool. He didn't understand why I was mad, and I explained to him why I was mad, and he was still like, yeah, I don't understand why you mad. So she was like, cut him off. And I mean, he was just at her birthday party like a
Wow.
month earlier. So
Oh,
I'm
that's
talking about
just
like she fully cut this cat out and threw him in the trash. I'm like, damn. I'm like, yeah, I ain't got to worry
yeah.
about your blackness, bro. You in the
You got it.
game.
Shit, I worried
You
about
good.
my own damn blackness. So that's why I worried about his. I was worried about mine. Shit.
So like I'm like, I ain't
What
gotta
about you, Mike?
worry.
man, you know what? That is something that comes to mind. But so in the area that I live in now, it's supposedly built on diversity, right? So it's like right outside of Baltimore, and it's a melting pot. But during these times and this climate, like people starting to show their true colors around this time. So I do worry about it. I worry about him being. I guess my thing is I'm worried about him being too green to what's going on and to what his surroundings is, because he might
Mm.
grow up going to a school that has a little bit of everything in it, right?
Mm.
So then he might. I do worry that he'll let his guard down a little bit too much and don't realize what really is going on around him. So I do think about it. I mean, I kind of grew up like you, country boy, but from a sense of like when I was younger, we started in the rough areas. But
Right.
then, my parents did the moving on up thing and bought a
Mm.
home, you know what I mean? And then like it was a culture shock to me too, because I'm like, yo, everybody on this damn I'm riding the bus and everybody on here white. So it was
Right.
different, you know what I mean? But, I do want to give him the best, you know what I mean? And then that doesn't necessarily mean that giving him the best that he can't grow up around people or grow up like we did. But I do think about it, man. I'm not gonna lie. I think about it a lot having a young son, especially now with
Yeah.
everything that's
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
on.
It's rough out there. Is that a concern? You guys concerned?
Well, I mean,
Oh
one of the
yeah,
things you realize is that
for me,
they
absolutely.
smart they smarter than what you think they are.
Yeah.
So even being in that situation, they start to peep game. They just like, oh, okay, I see what it is, and
But
they with social media and this and that, they into everything, so they see it, and so
Yeah.
he'll pick it up, no problem.
but
You ain't
I
got to worry about that.
but one of the things is I was clear to my daughters at a young age onto some of this stuff. So like I didn't let them grow up blind, because like even when we was having the conversation, like I said before, with the white counselor from the school, and also one of the teachers that one of my daughters had a problem with, I was like, yo, you gotta understand that, like, this person is treating you like this or doing this because you're a black, and she has preconceived notions about, I guess, quote unquote, black people, or you being a
Mm.
black person. And my daughter being, kids don't understand filters. She said this to the lady, and the lady almost had a fit, and she was like, no, we're inclusive at the school, blah 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 blah. And I still had to tell my daughter, like, yo, that lady can say whatever she want to out of her mouth,
Mhm.
Yeah,
but
because you
her
think
treatment of you
because you had a
speaks
problem
differently.
where she was grading your daughter's paper wrong, right? Or she didn't want to give her an A for whatever random reason.
No, it's
I know
so
they did it
much.
to not they did it to Nala, where I think she was supposed to get straight A's, but the lady was grading her harder than she was grading everybody else.
Well, yeah, the lady had a problem with her, and part of the problem is that, again, it's the whole thing of, she got a little bit of me in her, so she was, thought she was smarter than this lady. which I mean,
Was she?
after I, yes, I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
say
saying
yes.
that. Yeah, because that was a lot of that was a long pause.
She was. she,
Just say,
That was
like
very-
she
you know,
might didn't know everything, but on this
she was
particular
smarter.
issue, she
She
kind
was
of figured
smarter.
it out, and the lady didn't want to give her
That was a
props.
very pregnant pause. I'm just
She was, and I mean, because it don't take much for some of these teachers out here to be smarter than them, because I think some of them, they got them off the discount line, discount rack. But
Charlotte Mecklenburg.
yeah, Charlotte Mecklenburg.
Oh, Charlotte Mecklenburg got a thing where they'll teach you how to be a teacher. You ain't got to have a degree in education at all. You could have a degree in law, and they'll be like, "Hey, you want to be a science teacher?" Like, yes. When you say, "Hey, she may not know what it is, teacher," it is completely true. It is totally possible.
Well, see, I think the problem, and I've said this before, is that like one of the ideas that Bernie Sanders had, which I agree with, was we need to raise starting teacher pay up to about $60,000-$70,000 a year.
Yeah, so
Because
people want to compete for those jobs.
right, because if you do that, then you would have people in education who would typically go do something else, but they would be in education, and that would raise the level of teachers.
Yeah.
But
teachers now.
That same thing. It worked for the police force, right? You start paying motherfuckers $70,000-$80,000. You know what? I might want to be a cop too.
Right.
The problem with that is that
you put stipulations to where
you too opinionated to be a fucking cop. Like nobody wants a Jerry cop. Nobody wants Jerry who's like,
wait. Time out.
You want me to check this? I'm the one that ain't gonna give you no ticket. You know what, bro? You wouldn't even go in that fast, man.
I say
they want a cop to be like, give him a ticket, and him a ticket, and him a ticket, bust his ass. Well, maybe not his ass, but that black dude.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Well, see, that's the problem.
I'll be like, we know what? I ain't giving nobody no ticket.
No. Here's the thing. Jerry would make a fine cop, but he ain't never gonna get promoted. So he gonna be if you are cool with being a patrol officer for the rest of your life, for the 25 years that you can get your pension, you would be awesome. But don't expect to get no promotion.
I'm just gonna take the detective test and then just go on past that, and I'll just go.
That's what I was
investigate.
I don't think they're gonna let you be a detective, bro. They're not gonna pick you for that.
I'm just saying, let me get a homicide cop. Respect them. Make sure they be murdered.
I just want to take my glasses off real slow.
No, because
you did it, son.
Because
you know you're fucked up now, don't you?
Because one thing my brother said to me that resonated with me, he was like, when he was the actual patrolman, he said one of the things that his sergeant would always say was that, like, it don't make sense. You done been out here for 12 hours on your shift. What have you done? If all you done wrote is like 2 tickets and arrested 1 person, been out here for 12 hours, what the fuck you done did? So it ain't even about a quota or anything else. It's just like,
know what I'm gonna tell them. You know what my title is, right? You know what my title is? Patrolman. So I just been patrolling.
That don't make sense though.
That's what I've been patrolling all goddamn day. Look at the miles I done put on this car.
Lisa, he was out there like, you don't have to do nothing. I'm just here. As long as I'm out here, I'm working.
Yeah, but again, like I said before,
I'm just here to make sure that if something go wrong, I can lend my assistance. It is not about I don't have to actively seek the wrongs out here.
It's like I got a ground. Like, hey, let me go rob this liquor store so that I make sure I can stop it from happening.
I mean, but you do understand that if you do that, you're not going to get a promotion. And most people like promotions. Just the way life is. I mean, like who
making $38,000 a year?
like who wants to go to their job and not be promoted? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, low pay. Anyway,
true. Oh, quick. I did want to add a piece as far as like I would say with my son, as far as like being green or how do I feel about them growing up around different races? I don't, because I know my son. I know him well enough, and I always tell people, if you know your kids, you know if they're like you, they're not like you, or some of their habits and things they do. I do worry about my son because I think he's a very, he's a good guy. He's like, hey, let's make everybody laugh. He's an entertainer, but I always want to kind of scale it back as far as like, son, you don't want to be anybody's clown, or you don't want to be a goof, or you don't want to just be the guy people are laughing at. If you want to make them laugh, that's fine. So a lot of times you go places try to be silly, and I'm like, you don't have to be silly.
Right.
But I also want to tell them, be yourself, be funny, do what you do, but you never want to try to overdo it to entertain people, because when that you don't get that laugh, or when that laugh turns you into something that your character isn't, when you become strictly the, hey, come and make, when you become just the court jester, that's when I get worried. And with my daughter, I'll say I'm worried because she's just very sensitive, and I want to let her know that somebody saying this to you for this reason doesn't affect you. There's something wrong with them.
Yeah, that's good advice. That's really good advice. I don't know. I've been only doing this shit for 3 months. I don't have no life lessons to impart on him. I just want him to stop crying in the middle of the damn night. Really go 3 in the morning. 3 in the morning.
Your elbow game strong.
What happened?
Your elbow game strong. It's your turn.
You got
it.
You closer.
No,
we do shifts. So he's on every 3 hours. So, and let me tell you something. I didn't know babies were like a straight alarm clock. He eat at 12, go to sleep. At 3, he live. Where the fuck is my milk? Right. So we'll be in there and we run a shift. So she does 12 and 3, and I'll do 6 and 9, and then up until 12. She'll get up and start again, and I might take a nap midday. So we got like a schedule. Anyway, last night I was like, yo, I'm gonna let you off the hook. I'm gonna do 3. You go to bed. So it's 3. He's 3 to 6. That is his. I don't know what the fuck happens on 3 to 6. I don't know what the moon alignment or the stars or his crystals or what happens between that time. But this is when he's the most fucking live. He is like, you can't get him to sleep in this time. So I'm getting him. I'm like, yo, I got to get him to sleep. I had him, and then I'm watching TV. I'm feeding him. I'm on my phone. He knocked out. He is dead to the world. He's so knocked out. He like face planted in my arm. I'm like, okay, cool. I got this. I was like, I'm gonna give him 20 minutes till he get in that deep REM sleep. I'm gonna put him in his bassinet, and I'm going to bed. I get up and I put him in this thing. And I sit there and I stare at him for a little while. I'm like, yeah, my dad was on 1,000. Wait, hold on. I get this bed, I lay down.
Hey, here's my question for you. Are y'all putting him in a different room than y'all are?
No, he in the same room. We got a bassinet.
Is it next to the bed?
It is next to the bed, but he didn't like the bassinet. He likes so we bought a Docker tot, which is like pretty much the equivalent of a $200 doggy bed. The $20 fucking doggy bed. It was really expensive, but the doctor was like, "Hey, have you tried this?" So it works slightly better. The real root of the problem here is that he wants to sleep on his tummy, and he cannot sleep on his tummy because it increases SIDS like dramatically. They say that they want the babies not real soundly on their back so that they get in distress, they will wake up. Well, here's the problem. He's sleeping so light that anything, he up. He wakes himself up. He startles himself. So I'm like, dude, I need you to sleep for real. And
yeah,
when you get close to hungry, he in here. I'm like, oh, you're not gonna let me sleep at all.
Somebody go get that seal.
Exactly. Somebody go get that goddamn Billy Goat. He's killing me.
That's the thing.
I can't right now.
We used to have the crib and the bassinet or whatever right beside the bed. So like me, it wasn't even a motion. It was just roll over, see about the baby, roll back over, go back to sleep. So like it wasn't until I think one of my daughters was like 1 before we put her in our own bed in our own room. And she didn't like that much either. So she actually used to get out of her bed, try to come to our bed. And it was funny because we started shutting the door on her. And we would wake up and she would be asleep outside our door because she would be trying to get into our door. And so my wife, she was like, yo, we should leave the door open. I was like, no, how about we do this? I put a pillow and a blanket outside the door, shut the door, and let it be. So
make a decision.
That sounds like a Ryan.
So
that sounds like a Ryan.
So you could either keep coming back or you could just sleep outside the door. And sure enough, we wake up a couple days and she'd be out there. I ain't care.
Hey,
Hey, country boy, do not put him in the bed.
the only time
No.
I'm gonna tell you what happens. I'm gonna tell you exactly what happens. He sits in that docker tot, and he in there like sound like a damn billy goat. And then he has acid reflux. His acid reflux is on 1,000 because him being a preemie, something about there's a muscle that can constricts and keeps your stomach acid from coming up. So his was so
Mhm.
bad, especially early on, that it would come shooting out of his nose like violent vomit. He would like you would hear and you would like hear him choking, have to get up and have to like sit him upright so that he cannot. So at that point, you feel like a bad parent. This is what you feel like a bad parent because he up here, he can't breathe, he dying. You know what I'm saying? So you're like, oh. So the next thing you do, of course, you sit him in the bed right next to you. Come on, lay right here. I know that sucked. That sucked. And then of course he sleeps soundly than a motherfucker at that point. And now both of us, we all sleeping good. He's sleeping sound. I'm sleeping sound. Like, hey,
you good? I'm good. Everybody's good. Let's just have to roll with it.
And then the doctor's like, hey, I know he was there with you, but that's not good. It increases the seeds, them damn seeds. And I'm like, nigga, this the only time I sleep, though. The only time I sleep. What about my sleep?
Those days are
Here-
over.
Here's the thing. We would sleep with the baby up until, like I said, for up until about 1 year. During that 1 year, I sleep with you. Cool, you can sleep in the bed. Cool, whatever. But after 1 year, I'm gonna need you to get your own bed. So that was one of the only benefits of having two kids so close together was that like it once the youngest one hit one, the other one was two. Oh, boom, both y'all in the room together.
Yeah.
And sure enough, we would come back in and both of them in the same bed sleeping. Cool, comfort each other. Don't come in there fucking with me.
Wow, that is the Ryan school of parenting. If you have
That's the most Ryanest thing I've ever heard.
exactly,
Just comfort each other. Don't leave me alone.
What happens in the middle of the night? He will be at some point he'll be doing his whole billy goat thing, and my wife will be like pick him up, and I'll wake up at 6 a.m. and they're like curled up, and I'm like, hey, whatever happens, where I get to sleep, because I'm telling you, I can't keep this up. I can't keep this up. I don't know how y'all do it. I don't. You know what? Before we round this up, because we've been talking for way too damn long. Before we wrap this up, the major appreciation I have for any of this is I don't know how single parents do this shit. I don't know how one.
Man.
You see the answer over there. DP said you got to put some cereal in that milk.
Hey,
hey, listen. I think we had them old grandmas that give you chicken bones. Like that's my baby.
Exactly.
She want this pizza crust. You like pizza crust at 3 months? What the?
But it always worked. Bro, I'll be like, give him that chicken bone. Let him gnaw on that.
It'll be all right.
Let him gnaw on that.
Right. Give him a little piece of meat. A little piece of meat. He'll be all right. Next thing you know, the nigga sleeping.
A little pinch of that cereal.
Yeah, I'm sleeping. The baby's sleeping. I don't know. And then, I think it was just so unorthodox. Oh, my bad, Mike. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying what the bad guy said. He put a little pinch of that cereal in the milk. And you talking about milk drunk, man. He out.
Oh, man.
My the doctor was like, we went to the visit to his.
He gonna tell you some bullshit.
First or second visit. He was like, I know you tempted to put cereal in his bottle. I mean, this is like, before we ain't even said nothing. He's like, how y'all sleeping? You know, it's par for the course. He's like, I know you tempted to put cereal in that bottle. Don't do it. I'm not even going to explain to you why you shouldn't do it. Just don't do that. I was like,
because you're a hater.
Because you're a hater. Hey, real talk. I used to make cereal bottles so thick that like basically we had to buy special nipples for the bottle in order for them to be able to drink it.
I know people who used to make pierce bigger holes in their bottle so they could do the cereal bottle. Like, hey, got this.
You can, but you know they sell special nipples that are basically made for bottles with cereal. I don't know if they still make them because you know motherfuckers now tell you don't put cereal in a bottle, put it in a bowl, mix it up, and then feed it to them. Like, now fuck you. In the middle of the night, I done made this cereal bottle so thick it's coming out that bitch like molasses. And
Damn.
So you roll over at 3 o'clock
look,
in the morning. I put
the
that in
baby
your
ain't
mouth.
the baby ain't even full. It's just tired from trying to suck that shit out of there. Go on, go to sleep.
Real
God
talk.
damn, I've been trying to get this milk
Exactly what
for
happened.
2 hours.
He be
Ooh,
crying so hard. He just be like, ugh. I was like, all right, now go to sleep, nigga. He be like, and he be breathing out. Hey, put you on your tummy. Good night.
Hey,
Wrap.
like I told you, right now in your life, you think that is the loudest cry you've ever heard. I guarantee you, in about 2 years, you're gonna be like, I would go back to that light crying because I probably would sleep through that. And as a matter of fact, I have slept through some of my nieces and nephews crying like that. Oh shit, nigga, you ain't doing nothing. I'm asleep.
Is that all you
My
That's
biggest
it.
right now is that he'll acid reflux and we won't hear it. Like my wife was telling me a story about this. One of these babies who
Y'all up.
turning purple because he was acid because his reflux came and I guess he got stuck or they couldn't breathe and
y'all on 10.
Yeah, he told me one time he had reflux while we were asleep and we didn't even hear it. I'm like, nigga. I'm like, nigga, hey, he the miracle child. We can't nothing happen to him. Hey, you better wrap him in cellophane or something. I don't know.
Look, I don't know nothing about that acid reflux stuff, bro.
I didn't even know. Apparently, like there's a muscle in your esophagus that like prevents the liquid from coming right back up from your stomach acid, and his is not fully. It don't fully clamp down yet. So his food, if you lay him flat after he drink milk, that shit will come right out his goddamn nose, and it burns.
Yeah.
You know it. He coming out his nose. He like, I'm like, dude, you feel like an awful person because he literally got milk coming out his nose. Let milk come out your goddamn nose.
Giving me a hard time. Let me see you do it. Like, okay,
right. You try this shit. This is uncomfortable.
This is awful. Anyway, we've been doing this shit for like 2 hours. I'm sorry. Hey, I didn't even know how this was gonna happen. How this was gonna work out. I might split it into 2 episodes.
I ain't think we was gonna make it this long. I thought it was gonna be like 30 minutes, and then we need to talk about something else.
And then we was gonna start talking about that dumbass Trump or something. I don't know, man.
That's next week. I hate Trump because he's so like. As soon as you talk about it, that's an hour. Trump, that's 5 minutes gone. It's gone.
Yo, if any of y'all follow me on Facebook, y'all been seeing I've been posting pretty much weekly. I've been posting because motherfuckers be saying, you know how motherfuckers say, they're both the same. Both parties are the same. Both are the same. I just been posting articles and just being like, read this. You gonna really tell me that they're the same? Read this. Tell me that they're the same. Read this.
Out, man, I can't. I got a guy on my friend list who's an independent, and he be talking about that they the same shit, and I be my best to hold my damn tongue, does not say don't say nothing.
No,
it's too much work.
I be just posting articles. Tell me how this the same. Tell me how they the same. This motherfucker did this. This motherfucker did that. How did the same? Nowhere close.
What time that rally start? Cause it's gonna get funky out there in Tulsa. I got a feeling something gonna go down.
They already arrested a lady for trespassing for wearing "I Can't Breathe" t-shirt. Already. It's gonna be.
But no, she was trying to get in. She was like, "I got my ticket. What's happening?" It was like, "Get your weak ass up out of here."
Yeah.
She had a ticket to get in.
and they were lined up. Like, the rally started 8 at like or something like that, and there was a line of non-mask wearing motherfuckers just all out. Fucking social distance. I'm like, you know what? Before I don't want to get down the tangent, but the one thing that I hate Trump for the most out of all of this, that he made wearing a mask a political issue. Like that pisses me off. Like you could have sold Trump mask. I wouldn't have gave a shit. I don't care nothing about that. But let these motherfuckers wear a mask. Dude, all you had to do was just make it an opportunity to sell your gear. That's it. But no, every single time you pick the worst fucking option of everything. Everything is what is the worst, dumbest fucking option? Oh, that's great. Let's do that.
Have you would it be wrong of me to wish that all them folks got COVID and died?
No,
Is that like wrong?
Wow. And
Like, is that wrong?
so y'all be on my ass, but y'all could just say whatever the fuck y'all want to say.
I
You say,
mean,
nigga, I hope you get AIDS and die.
And died.
God damn.
Goddamn.
And they
I
died.
just,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, is that wrong? At least I'm asking, is it wrong? I think
You know what?
was wrong with
I'll
it.
be
And
honest
just be
with you,
like,
though.
I
I
hope it
did.
happens.
I did want Trump to catch COVID. I did. Nigga, you out here acting a goddamn fool. You need to see this shit real.
I feel like
I think he had it before. I think he
I
already
believe
had
it.
it.
I feel like he
Yeah,
could
one
have
point.
it when he would lay low, and you would be like,
No, I felt like he had it and he was outside. I felt like that's why all them people started standing so far away from his ass on them stages.
Something about
Yeah.
him is that getting COVID is not a you catch COVID, you recover thing. Like some people have lasting issues. You know what I'm saying? That so somebody him that's 70 plus, him getting COVID, I didn't know just wake up the next day and I'm good. I got a cough and now it's all over.
Somebody
I
was
think
saying
that's why
we should have did Trump like 50 Cent did Ja Rule. We all should have booked them tickets and not showed up.
They were doing that. They were doing that. Some people were booking tickets and not showing up.
But
Yeah,
you know
with
what
no
they would
feelings
do,
on it.
right? You do understand that at the back of the line, there's a group of people who don't have tickets, whom they will let in on a first come, first served basis in order to fill up the room. So it wouldn't even matter.
That's what I figured was gonna happen.
You know they don't have any contingency plan for like people getting sick. Like, hey, good luck, nigga. You can't even sue. If you get sick in this rally, good luck.
That's why I said I hope a bunch of people get sick from this fucking rally and die.
Your
I just
fucking
want 'em to know.
president is holding a rally and don't give a damn if you die. You're here to support him, and he don't care if you die. How does that jive in
In your mind.
Yeah, man, because COVID is a myth. What are you talking about? COVID is a myth. This shit ain't real.
COVID, if you spell it out correctly, C is for cowards only. You understand what I'm saying? Inside the victim domain. You did? See, that's what y'all not seeing, my brothers. You know what I'm saying? And on Father's Day, the father of COVID, you know what I'm saying, is coming to deliver. All right. Y'all ain't feeling me. Y'all ain't feeling me.
The article where they're like they could do a proper vaccine without black people, and black people was like, nigga, not me. Not I.
Hey, who signed up for that shit?
Who signed up for that shit?
We always, hey, what's crazy is I always tell people we went first during Tuskegee experiment. We already
We took our turn.
You go.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Anyway,
yeah,
we'll go ahead and wrap this long ass shit up. I don't have to break into 2 episodes because who the hell gonna listen to 2 hours of us talking, making jokes?
Yo, drop that special Wednesday edition. That's what I say, bro. Drop that special Wednesday edition.
I feel like I have episodes, but I didn't drop one on Friday because I didn't really have anything in the tank that was new. Like we got old episodes and I could drop one, but them shit's like pre-COVID. Like anything before COVID is like a whole new world. It's a different world back then. This is not it's a new world. You can't drop old pre-COVID shit.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, because right now, like what jokes don't age well? Like, ain't no way in hell I wouldn't go. Can't nothing keep me from going over there.
Yeah.
About remember I did that? We were on the cruise ship. We had a whole episode about being on the cruise ship. How the hell I'm gonna put a cruise ship episode out in the COVID? I can't go nowhere.
Hey yo, how long do people spend on the? Because when did some people stuck on like a cruise ship for like for like a while, and I was like, God, I'm scared to go on a cruise. Now I'm like,
jump off the door. I'd have jumped right off the side of that bitch.
So you gonna park right here, that close to the thing? Y'all gonna have to catch me now. Yeah, I'm getting off this motherfucker.
I'm not in pieces. Anyway, before we head out, we're gonna let Mike go ahead and push his podcast. Tell us where we can find him. Where we can find you, man.
Yeah, man. So I want to say this real quick. Wicked Bad Guy Graham, y'all need to get on Twitter, man. Yeah, me and Country Boy be holding it down on there. Y'all would be great on Twitter.
Yeah,
saying that from the comments.
I guess I need to find y'all and follow y'all because I'm on there. I started posting our stuff on there now.
Okay,
so I got to get better on Twitter. I just like looking. I'm a what do you call it? The folks that just sit in the back and look.
Lurker.
Yeah, I'm a lurker. I be lurking.
Out there lurking.
But
All
yeah,
right,
man.
The thing about Twitter, most of Twitter is just reposting shit. Like half
Yeah.
of 90% of Twitter is like, oh, I like that. Let me repost that. And then commenting on that. So you don't really have to have much original content. It's not like Instagram where you like making up shit to post. Like, oh yeah, let me post this picture that I didn't do, but hey, it's original to me.
Cool.
Anyway,
Hey, and they getting on you on that. They be like, hey, dog, I posted that. Like, hey, bro, I thought it was a cool photo. My bad.
Yo,
But yeah, man, y'all will be.
I'm gonna get on there.
Get on there, man. But you can follow me at OTR_Mike. The podcast is Off the Record Podcast. 4 guys out of the Baltimore, Maryland area do the same thing y'all doing. So that's why we kind of connected. With Country Boy. And like I said, man, truly, y'all podcast is one of my favorite. I check y'all out as much as I can. So, anytime, man, I'll come back, man. I'll be here. Let me know.
Yo, hey, we ready whenever you are, bro. Just hit the invite.
Maybe we get Alex on here, even though he like fucking boss coon out here, multiple podcasts and Lakers Central.
Yeah, Alex got Lakers Central. He got our thing. Me and him together got some things we trying to get out. We got the shirt thing we doing for the podcasters,
which is dope. I love that shit.
We got a line that we put out for. We figured like it ain't nothing out there for us that's podcasting. So check us out. We got that going on. All of that's on my page. So yeah, man, it was fun. I appreciate y'all.
No worries, man. Hey, y'all, rest of y'all fellas, y'all got anything you want to say before we head on out of here? That's a pregnant pause. That's a real long pause.
Well, I mean, I don't want to start up something because we had 2 hours.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna leave the deuces.
Hey, put that in your quill and ink. Write that down.
Write it down.
We know you got it over there. Little dip.
Yeah, anyway, thank y'all for watching.
So many ideas. So many.
DP, you always make it all the way through, man. I don't know how you hang tight. Like
you appreciate it.
We appreciate it. 2 hours in and you still here.
And Kung Fu Kenny in there, kicking it tough too. So I appreciate
Kung Fu, what's happening?
Thank both of y'all for hanging out the entire 2 hours because I don't even wouldn't listen to myself for 2 hours. Y'all be easy. Peace. We love y'all. Take it easy.